So, wow, this is so much fun. When I knew that we were coming to a rec center, I didn't realize we were going to be in the heart of it. It feels so good. So, good evening. It is so good to see you, and a warm welcome to our Salt Lake County residents. And I want to thank the amazing Parks and Rec team who are here on site here tonight for hosting. And of course, South Jordan. We love to be in your community, and it's very special for us to be here tonight. And I'd like to just take a second to recognize some of the elected officials that I see in the audience. Could I have the Salt Lake County electeds, our council and others, please stand? Thank you. We were all just at the government center, so thank you for facing the traffic on 15 and getting out here. I appreciate it after a busy day. And then I'd like to recognize any other elected officials that are here tonight. I see some mayors and some others from throughout the community. Would you please stand? Council members, mayors, thank you so much. Greatly appreciate you being here. So 2024, as we enter this year, I am both thrilled and a little relieved to announce that Salt Lake County remains a leading county in the nation to live, work, and raise a family. And why relieved? I'll tell you, because just a few years ago, like you, in the heart of COVID, I wouldn't have imagined that our community would rebound economically in other ways so quickly as it has. In many ways, it just seems like yesterday when we were isolated in our homes, in our offices, due to the global pandemic. And I remember that anxiety, concern, and uncertainty I felt, not just personally, but also as your county mayor. And I knew our county had a future, but at our lowest moments, that future seemed very uncertain. Thankfully, largely due to the resolve of this community, Salt Lake County has bounced back. We have one of the most robust economies in the country. I'm very, very proud of that. We are the most diversified county in our state, and we are home to amazing businesses, both large and small. And they help drive our positive economic growth. Salt Lake County's unemployment rate of only 2.6% remains one of the lowest in the nation. And I'm proud to report that once again, our county is leading as it relates to our AAA bond rating. We are only one of 49 in the nation that have that AAA bond rating from every major agency. And that's an amazing feat, given there are over 3,000 counties in the nation. Think about that fiscal discipline. So why does that matter? It actually allows us to keep taxes down while delivering service to our residents. And that is so important. And it's against this background that I want to report that our future is bright. Salt Lake is now more than ever a destination for businesses looking to expand and people seeking to relocate or recreate here. And just a year ago, we proudly hosted the NBA All-Star Game, drawing national attention to our county and state. All the while, we broke revenue records compared to other host locations. Looking ahead, the upcoming year promises to be a bustling period for Salt Lake County's convention industry and our meeting spaces. Key events, as you know, include the outdoor retailers, FanX, and we have dozens of additional events that fill our hotels and restaurants. And the best part is that guests leave absolutely enamored with our county. Who would have thought just a few years ago we would be on the verge of hosting the 2034 Olympic and Paralympic Games? And the talk is not just about the Olympics. It's about expansion of major sports, including Major League Baseball as well as national hockey. And I see Gail Miller here. Thank you for your leadership on this. You guys are doing a great job. It's simply beyond exciting. And these events will not only further elevate Utah's status on the international stage, but they'll supercharge our already thriving economy. And it's an amazing thing if you look at what we've accomplished as a community. It's truly unbelievable. But you know, our economic strength is not just due to these high-profile opportunities. It's the work done locally by our cities and towns to expand small business and to create vibrant neighborhoods and town centers. And I'm going to shout out there's so many examples of the work you all are doing, the mayors that are here, council members and others, in your communities. But I've got to give a shout out to Mill Creek. The Mill Creek Common, this new complex, it's pretty cool if you haven't been there. A city hall and a community place with skating, concert, shopping, all in one location. It includes more than 1,500 housing units, and that's a very big number. It represents a commitment to building beautiful, functional spaces that serve for both economic engagement and our community coming together. And if you follow Mill Creek's lead, long gone are the days of stale government centers. Nothing could be further from the truth with this new center. I want to acknowledge that Salt Lake County played a pivotal role in bringing this vision to life. And I want to give a huge shout out to all the electeds from Mill Creek, Mayor Silvestrini, and the full team there. This was a visionary project, and what a success. Now, our county's economic strength matters very deeply, but our quality of life is about a lot more than our financial bottom line. Salt Lake County's art centers, parks, libraries, trails, rec centers are all at the heart of what we do. It's about kids connecting with their parents, neighbors and friends getting together. It's about the bonds made when a daughter and her dad go sledding at Hunter Park or Sugar House Park. It's about a basketball pickup game that's probably happening here. I was looking around, probably here later tonight. Or even the scheduling battles for the pickleball courts throughout the county, and the many calls that I get saying, pickleball, 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 we need more. So this evening began with the honor of being introduced by Jada. And Jada is a sophomore at Copper Hills High School, and she has a deep passion for basketball. Her determination to play for the club team at Copper Hills was unwavering. To make the squad, she practiced all the time, investing $5 each time at the door to hone her skills and get better. Initially, she enjoyed these practice sessions with friends. However, the expense of $20 a week started to really add up, and she found herself more and more alone at the gym. Yet, Jada's dedication never wavered. So it was around that time she learned about my proposal to provide free access to county rec centers for kids age 5 to 18. Now, at the time, the only thing that stood between me and making this a reality was the Salt Lake County Council. Now, as you probably know, they have the budget authority at Salt Lake County. Luckily, Jada was so inspired by the initiative, she wrote a letter. So writing that the free rec pass, quote, allows me and my friends to hang out and have fun. But sometimes they tell me that unfortunately, they can't come because they don't have the funds, which I agree can be a lot, end quote. So after months of planning, support from residents like Jada, and the strong support from the Tourism, Recreational, Conventions, and Cultural Committee, our track committee, the My County Rec Pass plan was overwhelmingly approved by the council. Thank you. And I'm so excited. They're working on this implementation, and we're going to meet and see how quickly we can get this done, but it will be this summer. There's a lot of things that need to be done to make sure that we're administering the program in the right way. But now Jada and every kid in our county will be able to hit the court, the climbing wall, or the swimming pool for free. So I know this as a mom. In a world where we're all lured by the pull of our screens, I'm happy that the county prioritizes the health of our kids and teens. These options are so important at a time when young people are struggling with mental health challenges, historic mental health challenges. And thanks to this new program, our kids will be able to exercise their bodies, their minds, they'll meet new friends in real life and not through the glow of their screens. Super exciting. So speaking of quality of life, there's so much more to discuss. We have also continued to build on our expansive network of trails, parks, and rec centers. During my tenure, and with a lot of input and encouragement from the Salt Lake County Council, we secured $9 million for a lap lane expansion right here at the South Jordan Rec Center. Construction will begin mid-year, and we're hoping to finish about a year from now. And the expansion will add 7 new lap lanes, bleachers, and a timing system. It will create a space that serves swim clubs, teams, and our senior community. We also opened the first phase of the Bingham Creek Regional Park, now the county's largest park, spanning 45 acres here in South Jordan. And there's a plan for 162 acres. And for those of you that are locals, you knew what was there before. It was a rather unattractive gravel pit, which has now been transformed into a vibrant park. And I had to call our Parks and Recs Director, Martin, like 4 times, and my staff did too, because I couldn't believe that we had already finished all the things I'm going to mention. We have already multi-purpose playing fields, playgrounds, a mountain biking skills course, a pavilion, and miles of walking trails. And Martin confirmed today there is an 18-hole disc golf course. And we are not done yet. We have several additional exciting projects in the works that will roll out in the years to come. So we are, as this, our largest park in the county, there are several other regional parks. I see a few mayors that appreciate these large parks in their communities. They serve as regional beacons for our community to enjoy. So in August, we cut the ribbon on a project years in the making, the Butterfield Canyon Trail System. This is part of a significant partnership with Rio Tinto and the Bureau of Land Management. And last fall, we opened up the initial phase of what will be 142 miles of new trails in previously inaccessible areas. And this is game-changing because these trails are located in the southwest area of the county, an area that had relatively limited access to these types of trails. And we will continue to build more trails like this. We're looking to the expansion there, and also we're continuing year after year to roll out a lot of urban trails, connecting cities that have already been built out in our community. And these access points and connections are so important, as you all know. Now, I just have to take a minute, and this was not planned, but I want Martin Jensen to stand up, please. Martin, our Parks and Rec Director, most of you in this room know Martin. I want to thank him for his years of service. Somehow he got a better offer from Sandy. He's going to be doing some great work for Sandy City going forward. We'll be looking for a new Parks and Recs director. Martin, you've been amazing. You're a dear friend. Everyone in this room appreciates you. Thank you so much. And while Martin's shoes are hard to fill, we will remain dedicated to enhancing accessible, equitable, sustainable, and high-quality trails and open space for all of our county residents. So how do we do this? I just listed a lot. Some of these initiatives are relatively new. There are many still rolling out. It's through a unique blend of collaboration and community spirit that we prioritize at Salt Lake County. I'm proud of that. Parks, potholes, and planning are not partisan. And by the way, when the International Organizing Committee announced Utah as the likely host of 2034, it was largely due to our community unity and the collective effort. And that gave us an edge over countries, other cities, and it's one of the reasons the IOC announced the games are coming here. They're coming here. They're not 100% coming here, but they're coming here. We'll know for sure in July. Our future is bright, but we must continue to recognize that the county does face real challenges. Inflation and the high cost of housing are real pressures. The idea of college is becoming harder and harder for families to reach. Salt Lake County's amazing regional development team is working hard at housing issues, at planning, at working with communities. Our goal is really to make sure that our families can make it, thrive, and do well. We are motivated and we care deeply. And Salt Lake County is extremely good at pivoting to meet the need. You saw this with the COVID pandemic, an earthquake, a 100-year windstorm not so long ago. And this past year, we kind of thought we had gotten through all that somehow 2020 was just jinxed. But no, last year the highest snowpack on record led to concern over the loss of people's property, millions and millions of dollars. We were concerned. We were also concerned about the potential loss of life. While we appreciated the water due to the challenges with the Great Salt Lake, we really were concerned about, as you were, residents of cities, the impact in community. Our county flood control team, hand in hand with our cities and volunteers, literally stepped up and saved the day. They jumped to action, and then they turned around. They did it again last August when record rainfall struck. Our response was precise, efficient, and deliberate. Thanks to our preparations, and yes, a little luck, we avoided a potential disaster. We will take the lessons learned from those previous years, and if need be, apply them again this year as we watch the weather and the snow levels and the levels in our reservoirs. And it wasn't just the weather that was a challenge last year. It was the balance sheet as well. Salt Lake County faced one of the most difficult budget years that I've faced since my time at Salt Lake County. We actually saw our revenues dip, and we saw the cost of health insurance skyrocketing. We worked closely and across party lines. We had robust negotiations, overcame disagreements, and unanimously passed a very lean budget, but one that prioritizes county services. And this year and last, we've had a little bit of fun through my book club. I hosted a variety of discussions designed to inform and engage our community. We learned about the history of basketball. We took a deep dive to the challenges of the shrinking Great Salt Lake, and we watched an eclipse together. We will soon honor our local refugee community through a special book that highlights stories from many of our amazing community members. And as we plan and look back to the challenges and opportunities of 2024, my administration will continue to tackle issues, and I will be working with other elected officials around the issues of shelter, mental health, and addiction. We are committed also to criminal justice reform. Salt Lake County is leading in addressing these challenges. Our model aims to intervene early, keeping people out of the jails and courts through evidence-based interventions and accountability. It operates by finding a way to steer people facing obstacles to better options. We developed and implemented a robust plan to support our homelessness population during the colder months. We've expanded services for our youth facing homelessness. We've doubled our capacity there, assisting young people aging out of foster care through our Milestone program. And partnering with many stakeholders, especially Sandy City, we just opened a facility housing the medically vulnerable population. This project, funded and supported by many, including our county, will serve 165 individuals, offering them the necessary care and support. And just think about that. That's 165 people in need in our community who will move off the streets and out of our resource centers to supportive housing. It's amazing. And another shout out to Sandy, council members, the mayor, the staff, the community. We're very grateful. That was a big lift, and we got it done, so thank you. So a significant step towards addressing the housing crisis in our community we've made due to Salt Lake County. Last year, we expanded our investment to our Housing Trust Fund by $25 million. And last year, after our council supported this initiative, I thought, oh, this is going to take a few years to roll out, but no. It only took months to have 17 affordable housing projects funded. They're rolling out now, and we will soon have 1,500 new units of housing. So 2024 will play out as a year where we look to the future and prepare for additional growth and the evolving needs in our community. We're working hand in hand with partners on the way that law enforcement is being delivered within our communities. Salt Lake County is committed to public safety, and we're working really hard to ensure that the breakup of the Unified Policing District does not compromise law enforcement throughout the region. Thank you, Sheriff. All the DA team, many of us, the council, we've been at this, and it's a priority for us right now. So our entire team at Salt Lake County, our auditor, our clerk, our sheriff, our recorder, our district attorney, treasurer, surveyor, assessor, council, we're all dedicated to you, our residents. And our staff is the best in the nation. Together, we are Team Salt Lake County. And we are continually inspired by you, our residents, and by serving our community. So thank you for being here tonight. Thank you so much for putting your trust in me. It's been my privilege and continues to be my privilege to guide this community through both prosperous times and some challenging moments. But before I let you go, I want to share a little more about Jada. Jada made the basketball team. Her season is well underway, and thanks to the My County Rec Pass, she and her friends will soon be able to hit our rec centers without paying that fee. And one more thing that really inspires me, Jada, next week, as part of Salt Lake County's youth government team, is on her way to DC. And while she's there, she's going to meet with our delegation, our representatives and senators, and she's going to be advocating for a pass similar to the My Rec Pass to be incorporated for other kids throughout the state, throughout the nation, because access to recreation is so critical, and she knows it. So thank you, Jada. So ultimately, isn't this what our public service is all about? To pave the way for kids like Jada in our community so that Jada can drive towards her goals, take her shot, and score success. I'm so proud that Salt Lake County is playing a critical role as a member of the team that makes the assist and sets them up for the win. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Refreshments next. Please stick around.